Hola, 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 Bafetu. Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. If you are new in the channel, please let us subscribe. I would appreciate that you subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, hit the like button. And if you subscribe, please let's hit the notification button so that you can get our videos as we upload them. Today we're speaking Benni McCarthy, his links to Kaizer Chiefs, and we're speaking a little bit on Team Sukazi, as he made a lot of when he had an interview with Anile Mngube, he made a lot of points, said a lot of things. Some of them I think they were obvious, but some deserve our attention in football. And yeah, man, I just want to have my views. Tomorrow, South Africa, Bafana Bafana is playing France, the world champions, and I'm very much confident. I think the boys will do well. A lot of people are very skeptical. They don't think we'll win against France. Some people even blame the coach for saying we won't win the game, we'll lose against France, and all that. They are thinking and sending negative messages against towards the boys. And yeah, man, I understand why the coach says that. He's being realistic about it. I think it's gonna be a very good experience for everyone, for all the boys that will be involved there, for the coaching staff, for everyone who will be playing against France, who will be there even on the bench against the world champions. Will have a very good experience. Will have a very good time. I think they'll grow a lot from that experience. And let's get into the news of today. Tim Sukazi says in his interview, I think 4 days back, that he thinks his team is being targeted. Thinks there is an agenda to have TS Galaxy relegated. It would be a very sad thing. If it is true, it would be a very sad thing. If you check the stats, TS Galaxy has about 8 red cards in counting this season alone. There's red cards, some of them are very questionable, some of them are genuine red card situations that I think are well deserved. And there's a lot of dubious penalties awarded against his team. Dubious penalties and questionable penalties, some of them soft penalties, but some of them well deserved penalties. Look at the penalty against Supersport, I think soft one, and you look at the penalty against Baroka that led them to go to the penalties in the Nedbank Cup, and they were relegated. There's a lot of questionable decisions that are made against TS Galaxy, and also there's issues around TS Galaxy that lead to them not performing. I think TS Galaxy might be playing a very good football, but as team says, but I think their football is not as effective as it should be. That's what I believe in. I'm asking myself, sitting here, is that whether there is an agenda against TS Galaxy, or it is just cries of a desperate man because his team is facing relegation and all that and all that and all that. That's what I'm asking. And if it's really there is an agenda, it would be a very sad thing. It would be a very sad thing. He alleges that those referees are selected, those referees are told what to do, and you'll check the timing of the red cards. Most of them, they come very early in the game, and they are very questionable. They are very questionable. You know, look at what happened. I think is this year, beginning of the year, or no, it's last year. It's last year, yeah, towards the end of the year. The way Tim Sukazi was treated and was prevented from entering Orlando Stadium when his team was playing against. It's December, man. Yeah, when they were playing against Orlando Pirates. It was a very embarrassing situation. A chairman of a club that is part of PSL prevented by security guards from entering the stadium and being with his boys, and you look at that and you wonder if there's really a serious agenda against them. And as far as the referees is concerned, to be honest, we need to weigh this against the poor performance of the referees in PSL in general. The referees in PSL are very poor. If we would suspend each and every suspend referees each and every time, or linesmen each and every time they make mistakes, would end up without the referees. Let's be honest there. How many decisions are made against Kaizer Chiefs that we don't complain? There are. In fact, if you realize each and every game where decisions are made, wrong decisions are made for Kaizer Chiefs, people will complain, and the referee or the lineman will be suspended. You look at what happened against the Amazulu this season and last season. But how many decisions are made up against Kaizer Chiefs that no one complains about? That it becomes, business as usual. A goal against Orlando Pirates, Dolly's goal was denied and deemed offside. It was not an offside. a lot of wrong offside calls against Cape Town City, against Baroka, and if you even go back to seasons before, even the previous season, a lot of wrong calls against Kaizer Chiefs. The game that we played last season against SuperSport, I think I even made a video about it. It left me very offended by the kind of refereeing, the standard of refereeing. There is a game we played against Golden Arrows. Katsande has the ball, he get kicked in our box. It is judged offside it's judged penalty to Golden Arrows, and one of the games that we lost. And you ask yourself if there is an agenda against Kaizer Chiefs as well. If Team Sukazi is going to stand up and say there's an agenda because there's a lot of decisions made against his team and all that, we might as well say there's an agenda against Kaizer Chiefs, and everyone is going to say there's an agenda against their team and all that, because there's standard of refereeing is just so poor. That's my point. But if really there's a point in what he says, then yeah, it would be very concerning. Getting to the Benni McCarthy issue, sacked by Amazulu, I had the chairman Zungu speaking about it, says indeed there was a time for change. Change needed to happen. And you ask yourself, change needed to happen. Wow, because this guy has been coaching the team. And when the new chairman came in and they said they have big ambitions, they want Amazulu to contest for the league, they want them to go to CAF, they want them to win silverware and all that, and they brought in Benni, and Benni actually did the job. If we are honest about it, let's look at Amazulu before Benni McCarthy came in. 2019 finished 9th. 2009, 2010 they finished number 9. 2010, 2011 they finished number 14. 2011, 2012 they finished number 7. 12, 13 they finished 12. 13, 14 they finished number 9. And then 14-15, Amazulu was relegated into Mvela. 14-15. Came back 17-18, finished number 9. 18-19, they finished number 11. 19-20, they finished number 13. 2020-2021, with Benni as the coach, they finished number 2. And they qualified for the CAF Champions League. And they made history. They went through the group stages in CAF Champions League. Benni McCarthy as a coach, using Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs the rejects, and Mamelodi Sundowns the rejects, if we are honest. Your Mamela, your Mulenga, your Shaka Zulu, your even Pilani Zulu of Kaizer Chiefs, all the signings that Amazulu made were rejects from the clubs. I don't remember Amazulu buying a player from any team, an expensive player, and making additions, genuine additions. That I don't remember happening. But Benni McCarthy managed to make that squad very competitive. This season is the only team that delivered a loss against Mamelodi Sundowns in the league. And when the league ended last season, previous season, Benni said he needs to make changes in the striking position. He needs additions in the middle of the park. He mentioned a lot of things, but nothing was done by the management. All they do, the management of Amazulu, all they do is to talk too much, make a lot of promises, say a lot of things that are promising. People praise them, say, this guy, Zungu, is coming with a lot of money, has vision and all that. But to be honest, in terms of putting the resources, releasing money, there is nothing like that. They brought in Majok, and Benni said they need a striker, and you bring Majok, who's unproven, who's not known, and you expect miracles. And recently Benni has been winning. In fact, before he was fired, I think he won a game that was not expected of him to win, and then he was fired. Let go. Brandon Klute is in. Klute as well is just been fired by Swallows. So I don't know as far as the vision is concerned at Amazon what's happening. Now there are news linking Benni to Kaizer Chiefs now that is free and all that. We don't want that man at Kaizer Chiefs. We don't want Benni McCarthy at Kaizer Chiefs. He's a very good coach, but we don't want him. He has no record of building a squad from ground up, mentoring young players. Yes, he's very, is a very competitive guy. Demands a lot from players, but players in Kaizer Chiefs need motivation. They need proper mentoring and patience. And Benni is not a coach to do that at Kaizer Chiefs. And he talks too much. And in all his talks, he can't arrange his ways. He says a lot of things that will get him fired. As far as Kaizer Chiefs is concerned, I don't think Benni would last a week or a month in Natural. He would be fired very early, very early. He goes out, he says criticizes his player, says doesn't have quality, he doesn't have this and this and this. Then he goes, says things that he say that will get him fired and all that and all that. And all that. We don't need someone like that at Kaizer Chiefs. There are links, Kaizer Chiefs with some Egyptian guy. We don't want that guy. The guy we want is there at Kaizer Chiefs already. We want Arthur Zwane in Kaizer Chiefs. That's the name we want. That's the name we're willing to support. And anyone else from outside, asimfuni. We want to make that very clear. Asimfuni umuntu osuka ngaphandle. We want Arthur Zwane in that team. And if he fails, we'll support him. If he wins, we'll support him. But we want him to build the team, to build the young players, to mentor the guys as he's used to be doing so. And yeah, man, that's what I want to say. We don't want Benni at Kaizer Chiefs. Otherwise, let me hear your views. Dibalin Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel, football from the fans' perspective. Or from my side, love and peace.